What a day at work that was. Oh my god. Laser nut. I mean, really, I've had enough of this thing, eh? I've had enough. There's only so much rise and hobby a man can take. That's better. It's been a while since I've been waiting on this to come out. Seen it online, seen all the trailers, and now I've got it. Cannot wait to have a look inside. Flooring box. Upside down car, that's a good start. Oh, that looks even better in person. Just take these side panels off now. It's looking good, guys, it's looking good. One. Little bits of foam insert in the sides there as well, so nothing can move, it's pretty cool. Two. Right, now before we go on, guys, you're going to get the best bit, the most satisfying bit of the whole buy. Here we go. Oh, I didn't go as smooth as I want, but there's the plastic off. Oh man, that is gorgeous. Look at that. Suspension feels amazing. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, I'm not going to lie, I'm getting a little bit excited here. Maybe too excited for what a man should do with an RC car, but getting tingles. I'm getting tingles. When I do a review, what I'll do is I'll have a look at it myself, go through everything, then I'll talk about it. But this time what I want to do is just as I look at it and find things out, go through it with you sort of just on the first time. So what I'm seeing for the first time here, you are getting for the first time my reaction. We'll see how this generally looks, and everything good and possibly bad about it. So let's get started. First of all, obviously we'll open this later, but you've got your manual, aerial thing, instructions, so we'll have a look at that towards the end. That'll probably just be like your basic usual information and all the part numbers and things. New controller, which is an SR2, feels nice. Bit weird with the handle on it, but it feels nice. Once it's got batteries, it should have a nice weight, and the good thing is it's got the rubber grip, so I like that. That's very similar feel to my FlySky GT3C. It's got a nice sort of feel, the same as that. So on first glance, it's not small, but it's a little bit smaller than I thought it would have been. Maybe a couple of inches most, but I'll get the laser nut beside it to show you that just now as a comparison of sort of size. So you can see here, that's the laser nut. It's meant to be a 10 scale car with 10 scale drivetrain, etc. The RADIX6 is meant to be 8 scale, so it's got the bigger 6S electronics, but you can see the size difference there. So the laser nut absolutely dwarfs it in size on first looks. Obviously power department's going to be a different story, but on size that laser nut does not look 10 scale, it looks like a 1/7 next to a 10th, so the size difference is gigantic. So I'll just go around the outside before I open it up and have a look inside it. So this the tyres here, they've got really firm feel to them. Don't feel like they're going to expand too much. The tread looks nice, but as I've said before with tyres, until you drive you don't know what they're going to be like. But if they're not any good, What I have still got from old Typhon 3S is I've got the Proline Badlands here, so I can switch them over if there's any issues. But to be fair, on feel, they feel very similar compound. Obviously they've got a different tread on them, that's sort of more flat tread, more like almost semi-road tyre, where this is outright off-road. So we'll see with the handling when we get out if that's going to be good or bad, but I've got the option to change them if I need to. The shocks look gorgeous, got a nice shine to them. Hopefully that's coming on the camera, and they feel nice, got good dampening in them. Obviously they're threaded aluminium tops, everything you want. Got the sway bar front and back on the car. I'll show you the back one just now. There we go, it's the back sway bar. Back shocks feel good as well, good dampening. And it's got, obviously you can see, if you see it in here, I'll try and get it. It's not got the adjustable rods, it's just full metal one piece, sorry, full plastic one piece, one's there, but that shouldn't be a problem for me, to be honest. I mean, the only time I ever really adjust cambers and things is with road cars. The back spoiler though is just pure, it's basically RC car porn, absolutely gorgeous. It's got adjustable mounts here too, so you've got 4 points on either side of the screw, which we'll try and get on camera. You see them in there, so you can adjust the angle of your spoiler if you want to, but unless I do speed runs and that, I'll not really be worrying about that anytime soon, but it's cool to know I can do that. The overall look in the paint job as well was just stunning. I mean, that red, I can't even describe the shine on that right now. It's just absolutely like a mirror almost when you're looking at it. It's just a nice couple of tones of red, nice sort of glossy finish, cool design, really like it. Super impressed so far just on looks alone. And also you see at the back, just noticed as well, if you were going to do speed runs or even just general running, it's cool. It's got, so when the air comes up over here, it'll get kicked up and that'll take it over to your rear spoiler, which is pretty neat. Maybe gimmicky, but it looks cool to me. Also it's got the body tethers like on you get on an Arma or my laser nut or that, so you're not going to lose your pins. So the feel of them, and they feel a bit better than the Arma ones. The Arma ones are obviously great, nothing wrong with them, but the hole feels very tight on the Arma ones, but that feels nice and reasonable to pull out, no jamming or anything. So we'll get the back one off as well. Get this body off. And let's look at the good bits. That's the body there. It's not got any stickers or anything inside it for rubbing or that, so hopefully that won't be a problem. Potentially could be, but only running it will tell. I might even just tape it up anyway just in case to stop any rub through if there is going to be a problem with that. Here we go, there's the inside, just look at that. Awesome. Everything just looks gorgeous, and I'll never stay this clean, especially the way I drive, but right now I'm just going to enjoy how clean it is. Like I said before in my previous video talking about it, XT90s, absolutely love them. I just think everybody should use XT90s, that's my personal preference, but that's what it is, other manufacturers don't, but happy to have them here. 100% good for me with all the XT90 batteries are on. There's the servo. The servo sits at a wee off angle, which is a bit odd, but metal steering horn as well, so that's another bonus. Everything should be metal steering horns on every car. I just think, why not? For all it probably costs to make a metal one over a plastic one, it's the best way to do it. It stops the teeth slipping, any snappages, and it looks a lot better too. It just makes your car look overall better quality having these little parts. That's the motor there, the 2050 KV 46S motor. I've heard a lot of things about this being seriously powerful motor, but I'm kind of expecting myself personally to be the same as a 185 BLX 2050 KV motor. I think all the specs for what I've looked at look identical, and they motors are crazy powerful, so if it can even just match that, I'll be ecstatic and over the moon. And there's the Torx 185 ESC. If you can see it, I thought it looked like a hobby wing. It looks very, very similar to a Max 8. So what I'll do just now is I'll get my Hibeo Hyper GT over, I'll show you the Max 8 out that, and I'll just show you why I'm thinking it's pretty much probably the same ESC. there's a Max 8 in my Hibeo Hyper GT, and you can see what I mean. It just looks very similar. If that was red, you would think it was basically the same ESC. You can see actually there just now, I've not had this, I had this out again rallying, not on video, but I need to give this another clean and get this fan cleaned out. So before I run this car again and made myself aware, I'm going to have to take this off and clean it out. But yeah, it looks very, very similar. So if it is like that, this car's hitting with the gearing it's on just now 80 mile an hour, no problem. So that's another good thing for a little light buggy like that. It's going to fly. This thing's also got an all metal drive chain. You can see as well what I'd said in my last video too. It's got the alloy diff case. So with 6S cars, that is absolutely essential to me, because I've had so many of them melt or play up because the plastics get so hot when you're going really hard. So having the metal case, there's going to be no chance of anything collapsing that way. Obviously the internals, time will tell we running this car if they're going to be any good, but it's a good start having the alloy case straight out the factory. Fantastic. And as well, it's got the battery straps here. The only thing that I'm noticing just now, it shouldn't be a problem for me, but we'll see in person, this battery case here, obviously got the two straps, is very, very small. I don't know what kind of batteries you'll get in there. I mean, I've got a couple of small 3SAs, a small 6S, and I'm going to mostly run this on 4SAs, which will fit in there. But it's a tight squeeze, so if you've got the longer battery packs, you're going to be struggling with this car. That's a definite. There's no adjustment at all. You're literally full size here, no play whatsoever, which I don't really understand, because when you look over here, that ESC could have been put right to the back, and that could have gave a lot more battery space. So I don't know why they've done it that way. Maybe if somebody gets this herself and wants bigger batteries, that's the way to go. But yeah, that's a little bit of, I'm going to say, poor design there. So try to be neutral with this car. Obviously I'm really excited having it, but if I see a fault, I'm going to point it out, definitely. I'm never going to be a guy that changes on that. That's my thing, honesty. Honesty is the best policy for sure. That servo does look really cool as well though. 25 kilogram out the factory. Until I start running, we'll not know how fast it is, but for what I've been hearing, it's a pretty good servo, and it's metal geared internally as well. So it's definitely ticking all the right boxes. So far, the only thing I will say, battery tray, a little bit disappointed, but it is what it is. It's one of the things. So every car you get, you'll usually find something that could be done better. Chassis looks good, underside it looks fine, but nothing to write home about, nothing exciting. Obviously with your armours and stuff, you get fancy sort of laser edging and things. This is plain and simple. I'll probably get scuffed away to nothing anyway, but yeah, it's pretty basic, pretty much like the Hyper GT on the bottom. Not a lot to it. I think it's 2065 metal as well instead of 2075, but the car hopefully will be tough enough. But until I run it again, guys, well, time will tell. It's just a new thing to me. I've never had a rally car before, so as I go through it, I'll just show you guys the experiences I've got. Another thing that I'd said as well, I noticed on the box, was it's splash resistant. It's not saying fully waterproof, so imagine your servo, your speed controller, they will be waterproof, but this box here, I've just put a little aerial top in just now, and so I have to tighten that down. I'll probably glue it in, but there's a big hole at the top, so if you're going through deep water, you definitely get that flooded. So it's probably worth, before you run this, if you're going to run it in the wet, taking this off, putting me silicone bead and just kind of sealing it up, just so the box is completely watertight. And I think that'll be all good there. But yeah, it's not completely waterproof out the box. That's something they probably could have done, but then again, it's an easy fix to do yourself. But yeah, that's another negative I've seen. So there's kind of two negatives that I've spotted so far: battery pack size and this not being fully waterproof. So that's only two things that I'm picking up. I've tried to go over it looking just now. Everything else looks absolutely right, but they two things maybe do better on the version 3. That's what I would say with that. I'll just put the case on now, and then we'll go through the manual and I'll have a quick flick through that. But what I like about this is, what people were saying about the Python is the front nose had to come through here when you're putting the body on to set it down, and people were saying it was quite fiddly and awkward, but on the RADIX6, I'm not sure if the new Python's got that, but there's a little separate piece here for the front nose cone, so that's not actually attached to the body. It just looks like one piece when it's in together. So I'll get that on just now. I'll have to cut that aerial down, I'll put that at the side for a second. Just making sure everything's alright. So it just drops down, pin in. Try to take my time not to scratch the body. And pin in. So it's only 2 body clips on this car. It doesn't feel like it's got a lot of play at the side, maybe a little bit of movement, but the 2 pins hopefully should be enough. Maybe it'd been better to have 3, 1 at the back, 1 there and 1 there, but again, until we're in it, we'll see if that body holds up or not. Fingers crossed it will. So we've got the car and the controller here. Controller manual, which, I'm not going to lie, I'll never read. You got your, unless I suppose maybe if I need to bind it I might read, I might take that back. But all your information on your controller, it's all fully adjustable by the looks of it. I might even, I'll see how the controller goes. Looks, feels good, but I'll probably end up, to be honest with you, putting it onto my Fly Sky like I'm trying to do all my cars. I want to get all my cars on 1 or 2 controllers, as opposed to, I'll show you just now. I mean, that's not even like a quarter of the controllers I've got, so it's getting pretty stupid now, I'm not going to lie. So if I can get these all onto 1 or 2 controllers as opposed to having loads of different ones, my life's going to be a lot easier. Oh, there's another controller. We're still raining controllers. But yeah, we'll go into the manual just now, and you can see it there. Quick user guide start. Boring safety stuff nobody cares about. General what tools you need for it if you're going to work on it. 1.5, 2mm, 3mm screwdrivers. Just the usual. Have your own charger, battery, etc. Telling you here about all your first checks you should do before you run it, which probably nobody ever really does. I probably will start doing it after my laser nut, but yeah, definitely worth checking everything's tight out of the factory before you run a car. Save yourself a lot of bother. Information about your camber adjustments and things, which are going to be more limited on this model. We have the fixed bars without the turnbuckles. And this is a bit you really want. Obviously you've got, if you're ever working on it, you've got all your diff information, all the parts numbers, etc. Good exploded diagrams, so yeah, it looks good. But like I say, a manual's a manual. That's a bit I really care about personally. If I've got all this stuff, I'm happy, because if I break anything, see what I need, get the number, go get it fixed. Then finally you've got this Torx 185 manual, just telling you about your ESC and stuff. It's 6 amp BEC on it, telling you about the fan, motor limit 6S, just everything you should kind of know if you're buying a car like this, to be fair. And see if it's got, hopefully it does have, yeah. Another reason why I'm saying it's hobby wing, exact same setup there for adjusting all your parameters as a hobby wing, or even a Spectrum, which I think is possibly hobby wing too, but yeah, everything there is just the exact same way. So that's everything there. So now all it's left to do is run this bad boy, see what it's like, see if it's as good as it looks, if it's as strong as I'm hoping it's going to be. Just check all these boxes. We'll do some speed runs, some track stuff, some 4S stuff, some 6S stuff. We'll basically do everything we can, and like I've done with the laser nut and other cars, I'll give you my honest opinion if I think this is worth going for, because I know it's something new and a lot of people haven't had a Corrali yet. Obviously other guys have anyway, but in general they're not like a big main brand like Traxxas or Arma. So I'll give you my opinions on it, see what I think, and hopefully I'll be giving it a big thumbs up at the end. So I'll leave you some shots of it now, and Saturday the plan is, all going well with the weather, we'll get out for a good run and a good rip and yeah, see what it can do. Catch you guys later, bye.